Hello, my name is Eric Goldstein, and I'm here to talk to you about Greasy Green Recycling Company, or GGR for short. GGR began, like many great ideas, with a conversation. Now, this particular conversation was between me and a group of friends slash colleagues, and most of these people live in the state of Wisconsin, and most of them are homeowners. And they started telling me about a problem they encounter as homeowners in the state of Wisconsin, which is actually clogged pipes, or sewer pipes to be more specific. But what this actually leads to is flooding in their homes. And as they talked about this issue, I thought to myself, what can I do? I had this idea of, this is interesting. Is this something that I could fix? And the reason I got this idea was they told me about all the money they were spending to fix this, and I thought there's got to be a better way than just fixing the end result of the problem. And what that led me to is the value proposition of GGR. So what you can see here is how fats, oils, and grease clog sewer pipes. And the value proposition of GGR is that city sewers are damaged by a buildup of fats, oils, and grease. That's because the main method of disposing these things is actually simply just pouring them down the drain. Now, cooking oil is the largest contributor to this problem because it actually hardens inside of the pipes, as we can see here, and this constricts the water flow. So constricted pipes lead to sewer backups, which result in property damage, neighborhood flooding, problems like that, all of which cost money. A study done by the city of San Francisco actually found that they're spending $3.5 million a year to fix the problems caused by these types of blockages and to clean out the pipes. And this is a problem that's currently unopposed in most areas of the U.S. So the solution is GGR, which is a company that provides grease recycling services to the public. So grease recycling solves the problem by collecting these fats, oils, and greases, usually from restaurants. And what we then do is we're going to take this, we're going to refine it, and really we're going to turn this waste into 3 products for sale, the main one being biodiesel and 2 byproducts being water and fertilizer. So the main product, biodiesel, this is a clean and efficient energy source that can be used for things such as powering vehicles, generating electricity, or providing heat. So we can see here after we collect it how we refine it, and then eventually it turns into uses such as this. So what I'm getting at here is GGR is seeking a $399,500 investment in exchange for 49.9% equity in the company. This investment will be coupled with my own personal investment of $401,025. The total funds will be used to sustain operations during the first 2 calendar years, and the table here actually summarizes the utilization of funds, specifically things such as salaries and wages for the employees of the company. In exchange for the initial investment, investors can expect a corresponding return in the form of a sharing of profits that the company generates. So currently this is estimated right at the end of year 2, beginning of year 3 right here. And the estimated annualized ROI over a 5-year period is actually just under 30% at 29.68. So we're expecting a very large return for our potential investors. So you may be asking yourself if there's even a market for a company like GGR, and the answer is really a resounding yes. With an estimated market size of approximately $2 billion and less than 400 companies in the U.S., there is ample opportunity for success. Furthermore, 60% of the market is dominated by small players, which means that companies with a local presence actually have a greater level of success than those with a national presence. So with projected industry growth of about 3%, see that over here, for the coming years, GGR is only going to get larger in the future, and the opportunity is only going to get better. An important factor in this segment that I want to point out is its low capital intensity compared to other industries. This makes it easier for a startup such as GGR to get operations off the ground and be successful very quickly. Lastly, since 2005, the U.S. government has supported domestic biodiesel production through the Energy Policy Act. This act includes federal tax incentives that contribute to potential profitability of companies such as GGR. So this makes it even more likely that a company such as this can have success. So when we talk about the market, by far the largest market for cooking oil recycling is biodiesel, and we can see that here at about 70%. But what I want you to think of in terms of the target market is I want you to think of Bob. So this is Bob up here. And Bob is the owner of a restaurant in Wisconsin. And Bob cares about the environment, but he's mostly focused on trying to make his business more efficient and more profitable. And Bob is tired of having to make his employees clean and dispose of waste from his restaurant's grease traps. He's even more tired of the local government complaining to him about the damage that he's causing by dumping this stuff down the drain and how it's blocking up the city's sewer system. And that's why Bob is going to work with GGR to handle the removal of his restaurant's grease. So this is going to save Bob time, money, and hardship. But what we're going to then do is take that and turn it into biodiesel. So now I want you to think of Jake. And we have Jake up here. And Jake is the procurement manager at SunPower Biodiesel. Now, SunPower Biodiesel is a Wisconsin truck stop chain focused on the sale of renewable energy for vehicular purposes. Jake is constantly looking to get the best and lowest priced biodiesel for his company, but he has to compete with 12 other biodiesel distributors. And to make matters worse, Wisconsin only has 2 biodiesel producers in the state. So this means that Jake and his competition have to pay higher prices to procure biodiesel from other states. The reason this costs more is the actual cost of transporting the biodiesel from one state to another. This is one of the most expensive parts of biodiesel distribution. So Jake is going to work with a company like GGR, because GGR is a local producer, so there's less distance to go, and we're increasing the capacity in the market, which means we can provide Jake a lower price. And this new source of affordable biodiesel Jake can take and deliver directly to his customers through his truck stop chains. So GGR is really helping out multiple parts of the supply chain in the community by this service that we're going to add, and we're going to fit a niche that really isn't offered right now. And what I'm getting at here is that the biodiesel itself is a specific product, and it's a specific product for a niche market. And the primary goal of GGR's marketing strategy is going to be to build awareness of the brand and value proposition. Raising awareness amongst the public will drive customers and potential suppliers to the company website. However, GGR understands that a niche market personal assistance is a must, which is why we have a sales staff. And the sales staff is going to be responsible for effectively and proactively working with customers to encourage revenue growth of the various customer accounts. To also encourage sales, GGR is going to have digital advertising. This includes organic search engine traffic, as well as search engine advertising and social media. Specifically, offline marketing activities such as partnering with local restaurants will be hyped and displayed on social media to create a loyal stakeholder base. These activities tie to GGR's networking. GGR has a supplier partnership program where it actually encourages restaurants to participate in supplying grease. We do this by certifying them as green locations, giving them the GGR certification. This certification is actually going to increase the customer traffic to these restaurants because we're going to certify them as a green location, which is an ever-growing movement in the United States. So as people see the GGR logo and certification in the restaurant, they're going to visit even more than they would normally. You can see an example here in the bottom left-hand corner of an example of a customer order. So we have the customer, which is Flood Oil Company, another biodiesel distributor in the state of Wisconsin. The particular product they're buying in this case is B20, which is a variation of biodiesel. The order volume being 300 gallons. The purchase price being $2.46 per gallon. And then a production cost of roughly $2 per gallon, which would be a revenue of $738 and a profit of $138. So this is to show you an example of how we could track, place, take an order, and what the actual revenue and profit breakdown might look like as we go through that. Lastly, I want to direct you to GGR's 5 points of purpose that we've developed as part of our marketing and sales strategy. So we're going to help dispose of waste from restaurants. That's number one. Number two, we're going to fill the need of the greater biodiesel supply in Wisconsin. Three, we're going to save money for local governments by removing a leading cause of damaged sewer systems. Four, we're going to provide environmentally friendly energy to a market dominated by pollutant-producing energy. And lastly, we're going to partner with stakeholders to motivate, inform, and aid them in achieving their goals of cost, security, and environmental stewardship. So in regards to our operations, you'll see a figure in the bottom left here. This is an example of a brown grease refinery. The collected grease is heated to 165 to 185 degrees Fahrenheit. So this causes separation in the grease that we will turn to biodiesel and other materials. Those other materials are going to fall at the bottom of the cone-shaped bottom tank here. These materials are removed, and the remaining grease is reheated and refined until we actually have the appropriate grade for commercial sale or use. We plan to do this at our facility in the upper left here, and you'll see that this is located in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Our location is to not only help service our market, but also to take advantage of some tax benefits specific to the state. So we plan on setting up all of our operations on the timeline on the bottom right here. So you'll see that we plan on securing funding over the next 2 months and beginning operations by the end of the year. So when we talk about our team, our management team includes myself as the CEO. We also have Rob Leonardo as our sales manager. Rob's experience includes 6 years of management consulting and 7 years of sales experience. He holds degrees in business administration and information science. Rob also has experience with branding and marketing, so he's going to be a part of GGR's marketing team. We then have Ryan Rubin. Ryan holds degrees in biological engineering and has 6 years of experience in electrical engineering. He also has experience with community outreach, including his work with the Raleigh Interfaith Alliance. So you'll see on the right-hand side our org chart, and we actually have yet to fill the role of CFO. We're actually totally open to suggestions from our future investors on the best candidates to fill that role. So as founder and CEO, I wanted to provide a more in-depth background about myself. Ben Franklin once said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. You'll be investing in me as much as you'll be investing in the company. So I received my undergraduate degree from the University of South Carolina with majors in international business and global supply chain operations management. I've spent time working in the industrial manufacturing with companies such as Bosch, Rexroth, and Jameson LLC. I've also spent time working in the energy sector, companies such as GE Energy, Barber Wind Turbines, and Westinghouse Electric. But most recently, I've worked in the healthcare industry for Abbott Diagnostics and its parent company, Abbott Laboratories. I'm also currently pursuing my MBA with a concentration in finance from Washington State University. So, in conclusion, again, GGR is seeking an investment of $399,500 in exchange for 49.9% equity in the company. This comes with an estimated annualized ROI of just under 30% after 5 years. I would like to thank you for taking the time to listen to my pitch today. Specifically, I'd like to thank my professors and my fellow students of the Washington State MBA program. It's been a long and memorable journey, and I wish everyone the best in their future endeavors. So thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for listening today. I can't wait to partner with you on this amazing opportunity that GTR has. We're going to change the world through renewable energy, starting with the great state of Wisconsin. I look forward to working with you. I look forward to you investing with me. Thank you very much.